Little bites, little bites, a lot like the tortoise and hare. Each bite is a little step forward, and before long, you're all the way there.
Welcome back, Shop Rats. It's another Talk About It Tuesday, and well, I'm not in the car today, and I'm not on the road, so today you get me here in Rebel Rouser Studios. I'm getting ready to do some work in here for the day, but I had a Talk About It episode that I wanted to share with you. It's going to be a fun one. Don't go away. I'll be right back. I'm Mike.
This is My Cars Shop.
Most of the viewers on the channel kind of have caught on to my approach and philosophy on how I do my channel and my projects. And while a lot of channels will take something and do it from start to completion, My Car Shop is about the little bites, and it's about spending the day together here in the shop, or there in the shop, I should say. Now, when you're new to the channel and people come blowing through, I know they don't always understand that. And it may be that sometimes the way I do things in such little bites can be very tedious. But it came from you guys a couple of years ago, actually, the idea of doing the channel this way. I was already turning out 3 episodes. I've been doing that for 4 years now, 4 of the 5 seasons that we've been on MKS, once I started a regular schedule. And so that's nothing new. But it slowly was something I evolved into, where I realized the unrealistic view that people get about doing projects when they watch one of those hot rod TV type shows on TV and see in a 1 hour or 2 hour segment, a car goes from junk to a polished metal miracle. Now, I'm pretty sure that most people know that that car isn't completed in an hour or 2, or even over a span of 4 or 5 episodes like some of those shows did. But there's a whole lot more work that goes into that stuff that nobody ever sees, and the stuff isn't explained on not only how to do it, but why it's being done that way, and the thinking and the thought processes that go into it. So I definitely chose the road less traveled and chose to do something different than what other people are doing. I've never been one to comply to what all the cool kids are doing, and maybe that's good and maybe that's bad, but I feel like those who really want to see what it takes, those who really want to see the nuts and the bolts, those who really want to see the details that they don't see anywhere else, I feel like this isn't a viable option. Now, we know that I'm not sitting here presenting a how to do everything. It's more of a how I do things, and that's fine. I don't necessarily fit in the box.
Although I didn't know there was supposed to be a box.
It's something different, and I think that the majority of the viewers here who watch on a regular basis understand that, obviously, but we've got a lot of new people, and I haven't talked necessarily about this for quite some time. There's a whole lot more that goes into a project than just running a torch, running a cutoff wheel, running a grinder, running a plasma cutter, running a welder, running a wrench, all that stuff. There's a lot of thinking.
Quite frankly, I'm not very good at, and it hurts.
But there's a lot of thought process and a lot of thinking and a lot of cogitating that has to go into what we're doing. And so the last few episodes here on MKS, when the weather has been so unreasonably, ridiculously cold, and I'm really not able to do much work in the shop anyway, has been diving into and doing some evaluation on what's coming. Now, the work that we looked at in the last couple of episodes is not stuff that's going to be done on the rotisserie, but that should give you a clue where we're at on the project, because I'm starting to think about stuff once it's off the rotisserie, which means that I'm coming to the end of it being on the rotisserie. You see how that works? We had kind of dived into that a little bit with the Golden Mullet when I was starting to lay out the blueprints for the chassis on that car, and we are going to get back to that eventually, but that episode is here somewhere on the channel under the playlist for the Golden Mullet, where I take a factory blueprint that I blew up, about so big, from a collision manual. I think actually it wasn't the factory, but anyway, and started changing and modifying and whiting things out and laying things out and, planning ahead just a little bit. And I think that is just as important. You may not plan ahead the way I'm planning ahead on the Forsyth Duster and the Stitches Challenger and the Golden Mullet and all the other cars we're doing. But if I share my thought processes with you, it may inspire your own thought processes. Plus the fact that many people really don't know what all goes into the work, so they don't know what's going on up here, which is really a good thing, trust me. But they don't know what my thinking is behind why I'm doing something. So if I only show you the work, but you don't know why I'm doing the work that I'm doing, then that doesn't give you, in my opinion, enough information to really learn. Now I'll say it again, it's not necessarily that you should do things the way I do them. My whole point here on the channel is that you figure out how you want to do things and do it your way. There is no right or wrong way. As long as it's safe and as long as it's done, then you can just go and have fun. And that's what this should all be about. As we've said before, how much longer do we expect this stuff to stay on this planet anyway? And 50 years from now, is it going to matter that you didn't put a factory floor pan in and you put a little patch in to patch a hole instead of doing it the right way? Don't ever let anybody harsh your mellow. But I want you to think a little bit about how you want to do things and how you want to approach things. Because if you're a car person, I know you spend a lot of time swinging on the swings in your head and sliding down the slides and climbing on the monkey bars or whatever it is you do, like I do, thinking about, I wonder how I want to do that. I wonder what this looks like. And I wonder what that's look like. And that's what it was with the episode on the wheels and tires. The episode, and the same episode was on looking at that cowl and evaluating that. And then the next episode after that, taking the back glass out to get a real good look at the back window channel and everything that needs to happen there with that rear pan, which I can never remember the name of. Yeah, that thing. I called it a sail panel, and I know that wasn't right. But Dutchman, the Dutchman panel. That's it. Yeah, the Dutchman panel. But we had to take the back glass out anyway so that I could access up underneath there so that I can work on shrinking and hammering and dollying that low spot out of the roof. And I need to have access. And so there was a method to my madness because I was not only planning ahead for the future of the project, but also planning ahead for what I need to do to get this next phase of the project done. I think with the format of 3 episodes a week, it kind of builds a rhythm for you throughout the week. I know that a lot of people have said they really look forward to Sunday, Tuesday, and Fridays to see the next bites and the next steps. You know, if I had more time and I was at this full time, I could almost release an episode a day, but I'm not that big of a glutton for punishment. Trust me, it's a lot of work. But it builds a rhythm where we could take all those and condense them into one episode. You would miss a lot of the meat that's on the bones, and I think that meat is delicious. So, stick around for more tasty goodness here on the barbecue channel of My Car Shop. I appreciate you being here, and drop your comments down there. Tell me your thoughts. It's not a right way, it's not a wrong way, it's just my way. And around here, it's my way or the highway. Nah, not really, but again, sharing what I've done for over 40 years and how I've developed into where I'm at today. So I appreciate you being here. We will catch you on the next one. Look for our next episode coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what it'll be at this point because I haven't filmed it yet. But we'll see. I don't know for sure, but it'll be fun. All right, that'll do it. Oh, I almost forgot.